Hello. I'm the doctor.
Questions? I've heard them all.
Is a concussion a TBI?
What's a concussion
Is a
anyway?
concussion a TBI?
Anyway,
What
Is a
boys get
concussion a
concussion more than
TBI?
girls?
Over this series of videos, we're going to explore all of those questions. But first, let's begin with what a concussion is, because the doctor will see you now.
Concussion is a change in how the brain functions. So it's not a structural injury, it's a functional injury. And so when the body or the head is struck, the brain will slosh around inside the head, and it changes how the brain works.
This is one of the best definitions of concussion that you will hear. Most of the time, we think of a concussion in terms of how we feel. I have a headache, or I have a strange feeling, like something's wrong. Or a concussion is defined by its observed cause, such as a bump or blow to the body or head. While either are good examples of concussion, they are not a perfect definition that tell us what is a concussion. To understand how a concussion is a change in the function of the brain, let's take the skateboarder as an example. This fall causes a broken left arm. The broken arm results in a loss of function due to the disruption of structure. In many ways, this break causes a loss of the function of the arm, or the purpose. So when we cast a broken arm, our purpose is to restore the function or the functionality of the arm so that you can use your hand and that you can use your arm now. Although it's not healed, you can function, and it's better. Return to our image of the head and brain. When you have a bump on the head, you have a localized area of disrupted structure. Let's take a closer look at what's going on. You see, at the brain level, at the vascular level, you have disruption of the blood flow. And it's this blood flow that then affects the way you feel, the way you think. You experience a foggy feeling, or a feeling of nausea, or a feeling of unsteadiness. There may be some loss of balance or a loss of consciousness. Let's zoom out to the neuron level. So at the neuron level, the function has changed and things are no longer normal. With all these changes, how can you recognize what's really wrong with a person? What's wrong with your child? The question becomes, what can I do for my child or my player, my athlete? And that's what we are about here at Medical Athletics. We want to understand the loss of function and how to measure it. Once it has a value, then we understand it better, and we can assign a number, a score. Your MAC index score. So today we learned some very interesting things. First, we learned that a concussion affects the purpose of the brain, and therefore we can't do our normal functioning. We also learned that symptoms are something that we feel internally. We also learned that signs are what others see in us. And then more importantly, there are treatments. But in order to have these treatments, you need to know your score, your Medical Athletics Concussion Index score. We would like to thank all of these people who helped us on this video. Also, don't forget to like us or subscribe. And please leave comments or questions down below.